Hey, sports card fans. Welcome to the first episode of Two Guys, One Hobby with Don and John. So we have Don, Field of Dreams cards, myself, John, Wade Boggs fan. First of hopefully many series of videos. What?
I said 3,000.
3,000.
Yep, 3,000 videos we're gonna have,
Well, there we go. Now
and I'm already
there's a
interrupting you.
target.
We're 20 seconds into this show.
Yeah. So yeah, we thought that we do not necessarily reinvent the wheel, but we wanted to get together here, and in future episodes, we're going to have a guest on, talk about what is their passion within the hobby, whether it be baseball, football, basketball, vintage, modern. Probably will tend to lean a little bit more vintage because that's what Don and I, our main focus is, besides Wade Boggs, of course.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, I had this idea. I reached out to about 20, 30 people. They all turned me down. So I said, well, maybe I'll reach out to Don and see if he wants to sort of co-host this thing. So he said, yeah, sure. Sounds like a great
Well,
idea.
you're leaving out a major step. You had to pay me quite a bit.
Well, that's
Or 29.
true. We're right now the paperwork's between our attorneys to figure out all those fine details. But
My attorney's Scott Reindeer Studios, by the way. So
oh, I'm in trouble.
yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yes.
All right.
So he'll be requesting some Don Mossies from you, but
Okay.
we'll be good.
I'll see what I can do there.
Awesome.
But yeah, we just wanted to have members of the card community here on YouTube, some content creators, come on as guests. This first episode here, we're going to do solo here, just as sort of a introduction to what we're going to be doing. But future episodes, we're going to invite someone to come on, and like I said, just have a casual conversation, hopefully learn some new stuff about vintage or other sports cards. We're going to leave it wide open to whatever they want to talk about. So over these episodes, we're going to have different little things that we're going to talk about here and there. One of the things maybe is some recent pickups. I know I have a couple. Don, of you've sort of taken a little bit of a
Yeah, I really don't have
everything going on.
too many. I do have a new one, but I haven't done a video on it yet. And it's not
Okay, yeah,
in front of
we'll
me yet.
wait on that.
Yeah, I'll show that later on. And there's some people I'd like to have on that are well known and maybe even in the Card Community Hall of Fame, but I've never seen them do an interview per se.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to get some of those people on and some of the newer people and sprinkle in some of the guys we all know or a girl.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, it's not meant to be, like you said, it's sort of an interview, but it's just sitting back and talking. It's not meant to necessarily be this sort of serious conversation. Lots of fun talking about sports cards.
Yeah. One thing we might want to do, John, is invite someone.
That may help.
Yeah, we haven't even decided who we're going to invite yet. So
no, we have no.
we
We have a list of.
We may never have anyone on.
Yeah, we have a list of names, but the more we started looking at some of those names, we're like, yeah, I don't know if we want them. So I don't know how that
very much.
Yeah,
I agree.
Sort of, I heard this group out there called the Misfits. That they just don't sound like sound like shady characters.
Most of them are. Yeah.
Yeah. So we may want to stay clear of them because
I'm a little bored of those guys.
No. No.
Misfit wannabes.
Yeah. Hey, if any of you want to volunteer yourself, want to be on a future episode, just let us know in the comments here. We can reach out to you. So what do you have? What are you thinking?
Well, I was wondering, maybe our first guest will be the first to contact us, or make it not a contest because there's enough of those going on.
Yeah.
But or maybe, I don't know. We're just throwing out stuff. So guys, this is very random. We're throwing out ideas here.
We're
And,
we
we never get
literally
to what we want to do. We
right
basically,
before we right before we recorded, we had an idea of the sort of the name of this series, and literally what 5 minutes before we started recording, we switched it up and we're calling it Two Guys One Hobby. So
right.
this is
I think that's a good
talk
name.
about unstructured.
That's the beauty of this. We're not looking for hit the like buttons or subscribers or any of that. We just want to have a good time, kind of like the live chats that we've all been involved with, or you get on the phone with these people, and before you know it, an hour and a half has gone by, and you're like, I can't
Yep.
believe I just spent an hour and a half on the phone with so and so, and it happens all the time, no
Yep.
matter who it is.
Yeah, we're gonna do these as recorded videos and then post them. Although I can see maybe as a for every once in a while as a special, we'll just do a live
Yeah,
show or something like that. Have guests, multiple guests come on. For me, my concept of this is I wanted to focus mainly on the guests that we have, rather than try to figure out all the comments, the conversations that are going on with the live stream and stuff like that.
right.
They're great, and I love joining them and things like that. But I think for this, most of them are going to be recorded and then posted later. But we may do a live stream here and there. Why not?
And, and I like the idea of maybe the guests telling us what they want to talk about and share instead of us
Yes.
coming up with the idea.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well, that's
they're probably in
that's
their
cool.
collection or stories that they want to share.
Yeah.
What were you trying to interrupt me with there, John?
It's less work for us too. You say,
Absolutely.
"Hey, we like you on. What do you want to talk about?" And we'll just let them talk.
Yeah.
So we don't have to
Put
put anything
people,
together. We don't have to put questions together. I'm all for ease.
yeah,
Just
this is not the golden age of cardboard where you have to have a reservation and I don't know. I've been on there like 6 or 7 times. Just busted Mike's chops. That's a great show.
yeah,
But
yeah, it is. Yeah,
we probably won't put the time and energy into thinking about the ideas because that's typically what Mike does. He'll call you up and say, "Hey, do you want to talk about this or that?" And. So
yeah.
yes, we're absolutely putting all the work on the
You
guest.
won't find that here.
Right. What are you going to show there?
All right. I got 3 cards here that I recently picked up. Thought I'd show them off here. Let's see here. So the first one, if I can figure this out. Hey, there we go. 71. Topps William McCovey.
That's a
These
new
things are
pickup?
so hard to find, centered and without the chipping of that black border. Um, Not too bad for a 5.
Yeah, not that great either.
Yeah.
No,
The one thing, I
that's
the
a nice card.
71s are great because I love that black border.
Yeah.
Although, say, I mean, this image of Willie McCovey is not necessarily the greatest. I mean,
No.
it's a standard. And
I mean, it's
the
okay.
angle
It's
that they
not
took it,
horrible. I've seen
yeah,
what
the angle that they took it is just like the sky. It's
yeah.
I don't know. Love the 71 set, but that one has a little bit to be desired here. Next one though, love this one.
Very nice.
Oop, 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 come on, there we go.
See, I'm a fan of that card and Johnny Bench's second year and Nolan Ryan's second year. I'm not a big fan of the dual rookie cards. I know many people are. Uh,
Yeah,
I like the trophy on them or the cup or whatever may be on them. But that's a great card,
the
John.
rookie
That's a
cup to
good
me, the
on.
rookie cup makes this card
Yeah,
just I don't know, and it was a it was a 4, so it wasn't too expensive. Which again, I'm cheap. I admit it. And then this last one here, the
the 75. Okay.
yep, the
What was
74
that a
highlight.
highlight of? Was that it, the 7? What does it say on the bottom, John? I can't read it.
It was Aaron Hitt's homer mark or
Okay.
Seth's homer mark.
But isn't
So
his first card
yep,
74 or something? Says he breaks
yeah, the first
record
card
before he
in
hit it,
74 does the same thing. Well, they crowned him.
but he
Let's
hadn't
see.
actually achieved it yet. That's kind of funny.
Yeah. So of course they already at the end of 73, he only had 713 home runs. And when they came out with the 74 set, they said, "Yeah, we're going to give it to him," and luckily he did
He,
break the mark. But
yeah, that's going back to that Seaver. That burlap look, I used to think was just terrible. I hated that, and it's still not my favorite, but it has grown on me, like a lot of sets have.
the reason why I like this, the 68, is you can get a mid grade card, and if it's because the corners are dinged, you can't really, unless you really
Right.
look up close.
Oh, that's a good
So
point.
you could get a card very well centered, great registration, and because some of the corners have some issues, a low grade, and a card still looks great. So
Yeah,
that's really the only thing I like about the 68s. Um, yeah. So
and
did
I
you?
mean, we both kind of play in the same range. You know, we're not going to be. I mean, I have a few 7s and 8s, but then that's probably less than 2% of my collection. You know,
Yeah,
it's the
my 8s
4s,
and 9s and
5s,
stuff
and
for
stuff.
78s and 79s.
Yeah, I think. Speaking of 68, and I don't have it in front of me because I didn't know we were talking about that. I have an SGC 9 Necro.
Oh,
That's probably my highest, and I think I got it for like $40 a while back.
were
But
you
I
looking for it
don't,
in that grade?
no, I just saw. I wasn't even looking for the card,
Oh,
to be honest with you. But when I saw it in that grade for $40, I was like, I jumped
yeah.
on. Yeah,
Oh, I'm sure it looks sharp.
it does. I'll show it on one of our other episodes. I got so many cards laying around here right now.
Yeah.
I would never
So,
find.
so did you have any recent pickups?
No,
Okay.
except for the one I talked about earlier, but
Yeah.
that I haven't shown yet.
Okay.
I do have a few coming in the mail, but what I did think I would show is, so I've got, I don't know what you would call these, but they're just common cards that either have a Hall of Famer or a very well-known player in the background. I thought these would be kind of fun to show. I think I did a video on this a long time ago, and I think 20 people watched it maybe, but let me try doing this. It's the best way, John. So that's
Yes.
Pete Rose in the background.
Yeah.
I'm very good on that one. Speaking of 71s,
So we got the Bud Harrelson,
right? Who's this guy?
Nolan Ryan.
Quiz you on these.
Now that you had, so it's Bob Locker
Right.
of the Chicago Cubs.
Without a number
Yeah, without
or
a number.
name on the back of his jersey. So Bob Locker, this photo was taken when he played for the A's. And if you look at this guy right here, you can tell by his stance that that's Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson, and they put him also in the
That's
Cubs.
his uniform. That's a cool card.
Oh.
Got Ryan Sandberg there on the Jose Uribe card. Uribe?
Uribe. Jose Uribe.
Okay.
Man, unfortunately, that isn't what is it? Was it the 91 Fleer Jose Uribe that you'll find on
Yeah.
eBay for like $30,000?
The money
Oh
laundering
man, too
card.
bad you didn't have that one.
I know. This card used to have one Hall of Famer on it, Gary Carter, but now it has two. Got Fred McGriff sliding into home here.
Nice. Those are cool.
Yeah. Ozzie Smith. It's a cheap way to collect kind of cool cards, and you get Hall of Famers in it.
But it's also a way that you can collect anything.
Right.
There's so many different ways of collecting.
Yep. This John Ellis card, that's Harmon Killebrew playing first base.
Oh, cool.
This is a cool one. Terry Crowley bought the barrel into Thurman Munson.
Thurman Munson. I bet you I have a feeling I know who would have won that battle. I think old Thurman would have.
Yeah,
He may have been called safe, but it would have been a collision in Munson's favor, I think.
Yeah, catchers you can kind of find on a lot of cards. So there's quite a few with Johnny Bench in the background. The 56 set has a lot of Campanella and Barra in the little pictures.
Okay.
76 has Mike Schmidt in the background there.
Nice.
Two more here. We've got Bobby Bonds being held on by Willie Stargell.
Willie Stargell. Yeah.
And this Pat Corrales actually is tagging out Fergie Jenkins.
Ricky Jenkins. So have you?
Yeah.
I guess that you've shown a lot of like 71s and 73s. Are those like those two sets that you found so far have a lot of those examples, or
Yeah, and I didn't really realize it. I guess because of the action shot,
action shots?
you
Yeah,
know, there's not a lot of portraits in these
yeah, that's
sets.
true. You need that in action.
So, right.
Yeah. So maybe some more. Well, the 72 had some in action cards, but
I'm sure there's a lot more out there. I just haven't spent the time to research it.
oh yeah. Well,
But
hey, that would be again a way for viewers to respond here in the comments. Are there any other cards that you know of that have a Hall of Famer or another famous baseball player in the background of someone else's card? Now, again, we're not talking about the made dual cards
right.
or multiplayer cards, but a player's card. And actually, I don't have a vintage example. The only example I have here is, and this is from 2021 Stadium Club. It's the Cal Ripken, but right there's Wade Boggs. So he's sliding into third there, and Boggs looks like he's going to be late with the tag. But when I saw, I don't know how I came across it, because maybe a listing said, "Hey, Cal Ripken with Wade Boggs" or something like that.
Right.
Or else I would have probably never known. I don't search for Cal Ripken cards, and so I saw that, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm gonna add that to my Boggs checklist." There you go.
I mean, it almost looks like to me that it's Boggs' card
It
more
it
than
it
it's
very well
Ripken.
could be. I
Just
mean,
the way it's
yeah,
to me, anyways. It's like it's emphasizing Boggs, even though both on here equally. But
yeah.
yeah,
And in 2022 Stadium Club, the Don Mattingly card is of him in the dugout with Boggs in the background. So
right.
I haven't picked up any of those yet, but
I don't know why
that's
I'm saying right. I have no idea what that card looks like. I'm just agreeing with you.
okay.
Here's one. It's not a Hall of Fame. Well, the card is. It's Carlton Fisk's card. It's got Cecil Fielder coming in.
Who's
There.
do you know who's sort of
I don't, but I think that's
urging him to slide?
I don't. I'd have to look it up, but as I draw the card. But there's a lot going on in this card with three different players. You know, Fisk is waiting for the ball, Cecil
Yeah.
Fielder barreling home, and whoever this is.
I feel, as opposed to that other comment I made on Thurman
Looks a
Munson on
little
who would win that,
yeah,
I would not envy Carlton
Carlton.
Fisk with with Cecil Fielder barreling in on me.
It'd be cool if it was Kirk Gibson, but I don't think it is.
I originally thought it looked like Kirk Gibson, but I don't think he
I don't
played in
know if
that's
he was with
91.
them. Yeah, was he with the Dodgers? When did he hit that home run?
That was 89. Was it
Yeah.
the 89 series? No, 89 series was 88, 1988. 89 was the Oakland versus Giants.
So
It was
again,
the
I'm
base
sure
series.
somebody knows who that is. They can leave a comment.
Yeah. So, yeah, but would love to know other cards that are out there. One, Don, maybe you can add them to your growing
Yeah,
collection, but just
absolutely.
even for other people to just look up. It'd be interesting. So I have a trivia question for you, Don, and for the others, but
Wade Boggs.
no,
Oh, that was the answer.
no. Good guess, though. It was close. It was close. This actually is on the back of the 1975 Topps Hank Aaron card. On the back of 75s, and I didn't realize this until I started my latest video. I showed off a bunch of my 75s, and I just happened to turn the card over. I was looking at the back of it, showing it off, and I noticed that there was a trivia question. So the trivia question is, name Ernie Banks's cousin.
Joe.
Joe Banks. No, I'll give you a hint. It is a very famous sports figure, athlete.
Baseball?
No, not baseball, a different sport.
His cousin.
Cousin. All right, I'll give you a little bit. It's football.
Okay,
It's a football player.
I'm heading towards football. I don't think this is right, but I'm going to say Jim Brown.
No, but correct position.
Gale Sayers?
Nope.
Okay, give me one more guess here. Let me think.
It's a running back, Hall of Famer. I think he's in the Hall of Fame.
Lenny Moore?
No.
I don't know.
I could be wrong on the Hall. I'm not up on my football Hall of Famers. This will probably give it away. Famous for something off the field as well.
OJ?
O.J. Simpson.
Wait a minute. Let me stop you. You don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame or not. Are
No,
you sure me?
I think he is, isn't he?
You think? Yes, he's in the Hall of Fame.
All right. I don't know football.
Is Babe Ruth in the Hall of Fame?
No. His cousin Jim is. But yeah, so I had to feel I was almost
Really? Ernie Banks and O.J. Simpson related.
Ernie Banks and O.J. I never would have guessed.
So go back to that 75 Aaron card. Do you like that card?
Not really.
Yeah, me neither. That's a Braves, and that's why a Braves uniform, and that's why they have them turned kind of
yeah.
the Brewers.
Not necessarily the side portrait image. It is the hat. The hat, and probably because it was sort of airbrushed to some extent. Not my favorite Aaron card, and it's probably up there with his 73.
73. Yeah.
His 73. He's
ready to catch. Or is that the one where he's in the duck? No, the 70s is the one in the dugout.
73. He's just.
Yep. I don't mind that one as much.
I mean, I don't mind it, but to me, it's. I don't know. Also, he's first base, and it's toward the end of his career. He's probably going after just a routine pop up in the infield. Yeah, I don't know. It reminds me than the 75.
75 reminds me of the 65 Ernie Banks, just the pure size.
Yeah. At least Banks is smiling in that one. I mean,
yeah,
Aaron just sort of has his, I'm the man, just sort of.
That. So one of the things we didn't mention either, this is not going to be like every Sunday the show's going to be on, or every Wednesday. We could go 3 weeks without a show, or just depend on the schedule. That's the beauty of this. We didn't want any stress or pressure. We got to make these. It's just like, hey, when we feel like it, or when a guest is available to come on, that's when we'll shoot it. John's doing all the editing work. I'm just going to be here. You're doing all the editing and all the cool graphics, and so I will give you the credit for that.
Well, I'll make sure to put that in the contract.
Okay.
For negotiation.
Don Mossy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, with your schedule, you're changing schedule, going back and to school and different job. When it comes to the summertime, I'm going to be moving out of this house, moving into a new house. This is all have to be torn down. I'm going to be, tied up with some things, even my regular content, let alone doing this extra stuff. So yeah, this is something I may, when the videos post, I may say, hey, well, I'm going to do it Sunday morning. So, but it could be this coming Sunday morning, 3 weeks from now, Sunday morning, whatever. And then,
One of my favorite things that I think you should do is if you're going to post it on Sunday,
yeah.
put it up on Wednesday that it'll be aired in like 72 hours.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do one of those
Yeah,
premiere
I
things
love
or
that.
do a, yeah.
That's one thing that drives me crazy. I go to click on someone's video, I'm like, 48 hours. I'm like, never mind.
Oh, yeah. I got to wait 48. Yeah. Well, because the demand is going to be so great
That's right.
to watch these episodes.
Absolutely.
So people, at least they can get it on their calendar to clear everything out of their schedule because they need to watch Two Guys, One Hobby.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
going to be
that's a pretty
completely
good start.
different than all the dozen other.
Yeah.
We're not inventing the wheel here. This
We're,
is
we're followers. We're not original at all. We're
no.
with the other 10 guys that are interviewing people now. So,
Yeah.
but hey,
I have seen an uptick though. Have you like that? There's been more of these like collaboration
oh yeah, there's a lot of.
videos and interviews and stuff lately over the last couple months.
I got to be honest. For me personally, those and live chats I really enjoy. You get the. I mean, it's great. Everyone's showing their cards and everything, but it's kind of nice just to hear the story, especially. You never know what tangent it's going to go off on. You're starting. You might be talking about these, and you end up. Who knows? Talking about Venezuelan cards or whatever. Um, and you get to know the people a little better. I mean, you and I have both been fortunate. We've met a lot of people in person, but there's so many new people on here now too within the last year that I've gotten to know through YouTube, but I haven't met. And like I said earlier, there's guys and Tony Psyched on Baseball Cards keeps coming to mind. He's in the card YouTube Hall of Fame and made videos for years, but I've never seen him on an interview. I don't. I would love to have him on, hear his story. Just people like that.
Yeah. Because it's one thing to say, oh yeah, I know so and so because you've watched 50 of their videos. But if you haven't really had that actual live, so to speak, interaction, whether it be texting, phone calls, or these types of um, videos where you're just talking back and forth, you can't really get to know someone. Um, so yeah. It should be fun. It's supposed to be fun. It's lighthearted. Um, just talking about the hobby that we love. There's so many things to talk about, so many ways to collect. Um, so,
Yeah, I mean that's the beauty of it all. There's no right or wrong way. Just like there's no right or wrong way to just get on here and talk. It's to have fun, forget about life for a little bit, get on with your friends, talk cards or whatever it may be. So I think John, we've given them a pretty good idea of where we're headed on this. And
I think so. So we either have a ton of people on board or a ton of people of next video. Let's move on. But no. Yeah, no, hopefully again, I don't know. We don't know who we're gonna have on the next
when we're
episode,
gonna have
when
them
it's
on,
gonna air,
what we're gonna talk
so
about.
what we're gonna talk about. We have no clue.
But other than that, we've got our ducks in a row. We're good to go.
Absolutely. So all right. Well, hey, Don, thanks for doing this
I'm
with
looking
me.
forward to it.
I think this is gonna be fun down the road. And yeah, that's really all we have for this episode. So until next time.